Early December here in New Jersey, temperature 47 degrees, wind not an issue. Forecast calls for cloudy skies the rest of the day. Darrelle Revis told us yesterday he's changed his diet. He's gone vegan, plant-based. He's dropped 15 pounds, and he's playing at right around 208 pounds. He acknowledged that he was a bit heavy last season as a member of the Jets.
Yeah, and the big thing for Rivas today is that he'll see a lot of action when he gets in there because teams want to avoid throwing against Marcus Peters on the other side. He did admit to us that obviously he's not in football shape. The only way to get in football shape, he said, is to play football.
Yep, can't simulate it even throughout the training process. The Jets have won the toss. They've deferred to the second half, so Catanzaro will kick it off with Thomas and Hunt, the deep men for Kansas City. The Chiefs were seemingly in control in their division, and all of a sudden it's a one-game lead in the AFC West. We're underway from MetLife. Booming kick from Catanzaro, and the Chiefs will have it at the 25-yard line. Alex Smith, you don't know if the clock is ticking. Andy Reid gave him a vote of confidence, but the Chiefs can't absorb many more losses the way this season is going.
Well, he's 3-0 lifetime against the Jets, and he knows that they're an aggressive defense led by Casey Rogers and Todd Bowles. But just because they're aggressive doesn't mean you can't be aggressive yourself. Cannot be passive, he said, against the Jet defense today.
It's a three-receiver set with Hill, Wilson, and Robinson. Smith throwing on first down. Good hands by Robinson. Turns the corner and works the sideline. But he was out of bounds right at the marker. Morris Claiborne, the defender in the area, he picks up 10 yards on the play. Look at the offense for Kansas City. Andy Reid said, hey, I put a lot of pressure on this offensive line, and the expectation levels are high. Mitchell Schwartz, one of the anchors of this group. They have not been getting much of a push for the run game. Travis Kelce, such a weapon, but again, the numbers have been down in recent weeks. Nickel package here for the Jets on first down. Deep drop. Smith will throw it to Kelce. Look at the room for Kelce into Jets territory, and Kelce finally out of bounds. There was nobody near him. 32 yards on a catch and run.
Yeah, more yardage after the catch for Kelce. Really well designed here as he comes down, fakes a block, gets out of the way of Duvernay Tardif, and no Jet within 10 yards. Two real positive plays for the Chiefs to start this game. Very aggressive, throwing the ball, opening things up.
Kelce told us that the team played a highlight film in practice on Friday of the first 5 games. Explosive plays just to give them some juice and to remember what it was like. On first down, Smith connects with Hill. Hill the spin move, and finally banged down. Kansas City is shredding the Jets here on the opening drive. That covers 11 yards. Defensively for the Jets, question marks with McClendon physically this week. Had a stinger last week, also had a sack, but he's in there for the Jets. And here's a big story. Darren Lee, a healthy scratch. So Stanford steps in for him. Todd Bowles expected to address it after the game. And Buster Screen. Quarterbacks have been picking on Screen and avoiding Claiborne. 4 receiver set.
Yeah, they're spreading them out. Reid feels that it gives Hunt more opportunities to find a hole.
No hole there.
Nope.
Mike Pennell was ready for it, and no gain. Josh Martin also in there for the Jets.
Well, Mitch Morse just missed that block on Pennell, and easy tackle in the backfield.
Matt Nagy in his second year was the quarterback's coach. Similar situation to when Andy Reid was late in his tenure at Philly and early here in Kansas City, with Doug Peterson getting a lot of responsibility, now the head coach of the Eagles. Double tight end set, Kelce and Harris on a 2nd and 10 for KC. Fake it. Smith has time. Smith fires. Touchdown! Travis Kelce. Big statement to open the game for the Kansas City offense. 22-yard strike from Smith.
Well, perfect start for Alex Smith and the Chiefs. 4 for 4. And watch the corner route here. Wilson does a good job at clearing out, taking Claiborne deep. And nobody there for Kelce. Touchdown number 6 on the season.
And Dan, wide receivers were wide open on every passing play.
And the tight end, too.
Toss him in there. You always mention the tight end, Dan. It goes back to the past, doesn't it?
Well, yep, Kellen was a Hall of Famer, but it's fun to see athletes like Kelsey and Gronkowski. Like every team is trying to find a guy that can be that dynamic mismatch against
information.
Any defense.
12 men, defense. Kansas City is elected for that 5-yard penalty to be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
Could not have scripted this start much better for Andy Reid. And that's part of the issue. Reid may have scripted the first 15 plays.
Oh, there's no question. Most teams do, and so these plays are predetermined. They're practiced every day in practice and polished on in the walkthrough on Saturdays.
For Todd Bowles, defense couldn't start much worse. And the reason I just bring up the scripted plays is that all the information today regarding the shift in responsibility calling plays, this is exactly how the Kansas City Chiefs pictured starting today. Travis Kelce leads all tight ends in catches and yards. Tack on another touchdown for him. Career high 6. Smith 4 of 4 on the drive, 75 yards. And the Chiefs on the board first. They were here 2 weeks ago. They lost to the Giants 12-9 in overtime. They did not score a touchdown on that day. JoJo Natson, the lightest player in the NFL at 153 pounds, takes it to the 20-yard line for the Jets. And that's where New York will open up.
I'll go back to the 22-yard touchdown catch for Kelce. Here he is here, and he's going to go to the corner. Wilson's going to take Claiborne out of it, but watch Rontez Miles here. He gets confused and lost, and it results in a perfect throw and touchdown for a quarterback and a coach that needed it.
And Darrelle Revis starting here for Kansas City. Revis playing in his first NFL game in 337 days. Matt Forte is dropped after a modest gain on first down, hit by Daniel Sorensen. Give him a pickup of 3. Frank Zombo also in there. Josh McCown, 307 yards, 3 touchdowns last week, but a fourth quarter fumble return for a touchdown by Luke Kuechly helped turn the game in Carolina's favor.
And I asked him about, Darrelle Revis and whether he'd go after him or not. He says, we're looking at the entire defense as a whole in their schemes. It's less about Revis, which is probably the politically correct answer for the quarterback.
2 tight ends in this formation, so Ferry and Jenkins and Tomlinson. Give it to Mcguire, who is spun down by Alvin Bailey. Nothing there. It's a loss of 3 for the Jets. Jets had 391 yards of offense last week. They held Carolina to 299. But in addition to that fumble recovery by Kuechly for a touchdown, also allowed a 60-yard punt return for a score. Dime package here for Bob Sutton, formerly of the New York Jets, coached Darrelle Revis when he was a Jet. And that's part of the reason why Revis felt so comfortable going to Kansas City. He knew Sutton's system. Jets will go empty shotgun on a 3rd and 10. McCown, nobody home. There were 2 players in the area with Hansen and Forte, and the miscommunication for the Jets. It is a quiet 3 and out.
Yeah, I'm not sure where McCown is throwing this ball. You see Hansen on this in the slot, Forte on the slant route. And the Jets are lucky that one of those 3 Chiefs didn't pick that one off, because they might have been able to score with it.
Lachlan Edwards will punt it to the very dangerous Tyreek Hill. Punt return last week for Carolina. Jets trying to avoid that same fate. Rush was on. Edwards gets it off. Wobbly kick. Hill moves forward from the 39. It's returnable. Hill finds a lane, cuts it to the outside. Hill hurdles, and he's out of bounds. Edwards ranged over. He got in the way of Hill, who was forced towards the sideline. It's a 24-yard return after a 40-yard kick.
Yeah, not much of a punt by Edwards, but a pretty good tackle. Check out the speed here as he accelerates to the outside, and when your punter has to make the tackle, you know your special teams are in trouble, especially against a guy like Hill, who has 3 career punt return for touchdowns.
So the Chiefs open up in Jets territory at the 36-yard line. 3 tight ends in this formation. Last 2 games, the Chiefs put up 6 points in the first half. They already have a touchdown on the board here. Fake it. Smith steps up, throws. Deep ball. Got a man. It's Kelsey. Touchdown on a rainbow delivery from Smith. This looks like the Kansas City offense from the first 5 weeks.
Yeah, changing personnel, putting in 3 tight ends to give a heavy run look here. And Smith is just a magician with the play action. Holds it out there for a hunt, hides it from the defense, and then Kelsey, running totally free again, is going to get beyond the rookie, Marcus May. And again, Alex Smith right on target. 5 for 5 now. 2 scores and 111 yards.
3-game losing streak by the Chiefs. They have responded here in the opening quarter with 14 points over a 1 minute and 46-second stretch. That's number 2 for Kelsey. Todd Bowles and company looking for answers early.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Walmart. Rock this Christmas with Walmart. And by the 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar.
The NFL experience, Times Square in the heart of New York City, spans 40,000 square feet, 4 floors, bringing fans the most interactive and extensive pro football experience in the world. So far, this has been a very good experience for the Kansas City Chiefs. The kickoff by Butker, and it's a touchback.
Well, it was a heavy run look by the Chiefs. They came in with 3 tight ends, but they put Kelsey out here in the slot, and he's going to take the rookie Marcus May to school. Very few tight ends can make a double move like that and just blow by a young safety.
Already 2 touchdowns on the board for Kansas City. This is a team that has been struggling to score points, averaging 18 points per game in their last 6, after averaging 32.8 in the first 5 weeks of the season. And off McCown to Powell, and he bangs his way to the 30-yard line for a pickup of 5. Lawrence Thomas blocking for him, the former defensive player now playing fullback. Starting offense for the Jets, Brian Winters was a question mark this week, dealing with an abdomen issue and an ankle problem, but he's in there for New York. Backs and receivers, Austin Seferian-Jenkins has 3 touchdowns, but could have 5 if not for 2 touchdowns that have been overturned, including 1 last week against Carolina. 2 tight ends in this formation. Mcguire now in there. McCown throwing, and he's on time to Jermaine Kearse. 12-yard gain through the air, hit by Ron Parker of Kansas City. Defensively for the Chiefs, Chris Jones has come along very nicely in his 2nd year out of Mississippi State. Another young player, Reggie Ragland, he has fit in well. Came over in a deal with Buffalo. And in the secondary, Darrelle Revis, the 14th overall pick in the 2007 draft by the Jets, playing on his 14. A hole for Mcguire, and Elijah McGuire's got a first down into Kansas City territory. 19 yards for the rookie.
Yeah, good block by James Carpenter and Kelvin Beachum on that left side, and the acceleration by McGuire quickly through the hole and then down the sideline, finishing off a hit on the captain for the Chiefs today, Darrelle Revis.
McGuire had 18 snaps last week. Powell had 23. Forte had 29. So they've been mixing and matching. It's Thomas in front of Forte now on a first down just inside the 40. Make that Powell, and he's brought down after the gain of 1. Alvin Bailey with the hit.
It's apparent that the Jets want to come with some power against this Jet defense with Lawrence Thomas at fullback. Talked about him being a former defensive lineman, 286 pounds, very athletic, and has had 2 solid blocks so far in this drive.
Forte blocking for McCown. He throws it on the outside to Robbie Anderson, and he's gang tackled out on the perimeter. So Anderson came in with 41 catches. That catch matches his total from last season as a rookie, undrafted free agent.
Watch the eyes of McCown as he's going to look this way and then come all the way back to Anderson and the flat, holding the safety and then flipping it out quickly and setting up a 3rd and short.
So it's a 3rd and 2 for the Jets. Finally have something going here, trailing 14-0. We're down to 7:45 to go in this opening quarter. McCown rushes on. McCown hits his man Forte. Oh, what a cut by Forte! And he's hit out of bounds. Revis whiffed. Forte, extra yards, 21 total.
Now the pass protection is good for McCown, and then this is the move you talked about here on Rivas. Sets him up, cutting back to the inside and just ripping through the arm tackle attempt by Rivas.
So the Jets have it with a 1st and goal at the 10. Play clock is down to 2. McCown on a give. Trying to squeeze through is Powell. And he's met by Derek Johnson. 1-yard pickup for New York. The Jets were a feel-good story. They got out of the gate completely unexpected. But the losses have mounted. They've dropped 5 of their last 6 games. 3-3 at home, wins over Miami, Jacksonville, and Buffalo. 8th play of the drive, 2nd and goal for New York. They had a 3rd and goal, 1st and goal at the 1 last week, threw it 3 straight times. Handoff, Mcguire, stutter step. Mcguire hits the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Really a good job by Mcguire, just allowing James Carpenter to do the heavy lifting. 321 pounds of Carpenter here, taking out Sorensen. And like the effort there, he stepped out of bounds, though. This is not going to be a touchdown. It looked like he stepped out just before he extended to hit the pylon. Watch his left foot. Boy, the Jet fans know how unlucky they've been with instant replay, wiping out touchdowns for Austin Safari and Jenkins. They may wipe out this one.
So John Parry will take a look. Dan, you saw it on the first replay. Mcguire's left foot right there. He got the white.
Yep.
He tried to plant and dive.
Yeah, it'll still be about 4 or 5 inches from the goal line. Disappointing to have such a great effort by Mcguire and Carpenter wiped out, but another positive play on the ground for the Jets on this drive.
But the issue goes back to last week as well, when they could not punch it in, elected to throw it 3 times from the 1.
Now they'd be wise to allow, get Josh McCown to just quarterback sneak this.
Prior to the score, the left foot stepped out of bounds with the ball just inside the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. Please reset the game clock to 6:22. 6:22 on the game clock, please.
So the Jets will bring in an extra offensive lineman, Brent Qualley. And this will be placed just inside the 1 on a 3rd and goal for New York. That's the other part of the equation as well. The play that got them to the 10, if it was a yard shy of that or a half-yard shy, they'd be staring at a 1st and goal. And that's how the season has gone for New York.
There's the big fullback, Lawrence Thomas.
John Morton, offensive coordinator in his first year, calling the plays for New York. And this is a 3rd and goal for the Jets. Trying to cut into this Kansas City lead. Hand it off. Powell gets to the outside. He's in. Touchdown, Jets. So the Jets get the points they were looking for. 9 plays, 75 yards, and it's punctuated by Powell.
Yeah, and the big fullback, there's Thomas, leading the way behind that left side. Carpenter out in front as well, but that's what Powell gives you. Power. Straight arm to get loose, to get into the end zone.
Reggie Ragland could not bring him down. Catanzaro with the extra point for New York. The Jets answered. Third rushing touchdown of the season for Bilal Powell. It's 14-7 Chiefs here in the first. The Jets thought they had a touchdown on their 8th play of the drive. Elijah Mcguire, they did not. But they did get it. 1 play later, Bilal Powell capping off that 75-yard touchdown drive for New York. Catanzaro will kick it off. Anthony Thomas is the deep man for Kansas City. And that one rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So Powell gets in for New York to cut the Kansas City lead in half. That initial wave, it appeared he was stopped. How badly do you want a football, Dan? How badly? Are you willing to drop your kid from the stands?
Kid's got great hands.
He does.
And Gastineau. That's not Gastineau, is it?
No, it's not actually Mark Gastineau.
That's a throwback jersey. No, footballs are very valuable apparently here at MetLife.
Alex Smith, 5 of 5, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 first downs on the first 2 drives. Hill sets up in the backfield for Kansas City. The last 2 offensive plays for the Chiefs have been touchdowns. Smith out of the pocket. Smith forced to throw it away. Pressure coming. Jordan Jenkins supplying the heat. Will there be a flag? The discussion between the officials on whether or not it was intentional grounding.
And whether or not it went past the line of scrimmage. It was thrown just short of the down marker.
There is no foul for intentional grounding.
Yep, close enough.
Quarterback was outside the pocket. Ball got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
So 2nd and 10 for Kansas City after the incompletion. Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Play clock winding down. Smith didn't get it off in time.
Nope.
Play game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And this was after the officials had a conversation. You think they would have gotten the play in plenty of time for Smith to make adjustments at the line of scrimmage or get the ball snapped. It's another one of those costly mistakes that have been plaguing the Chiefs in this slide.
This is an offense that was so dynamic the first 5 weeks of the season. They're trying to get it fixed. We've seen signs of it here in the first quarter. 2nd and 15. Smith under pressure. Nobody there. He was looking for Kelsey.
Now finally the Jets come with some type of pass rush. Leonard Williams and Mike Pennell combining. Watch Williams come in here behind Pennell. It looks like Pennell got his left hand right to the elbow.
Yep.
Of Alex Smith.
And Smith said he does expect to see the Jets roll the dice, take some chances. They'll bring a lot of defensive backs inside, outside to rush the quarterback, especially on 3rd and mediums. This is a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. Smith, pump, throws it, and he's off target. Hunt, the intended receiver, with Julian Stanford lurking. And the Chiefs go 3 and out.
Well, they got good pass rush that time in this series on Alex Smith, forcing him to throw the ball away, then hitting his elbow, and then forcing him to miss a wide open receiver after the delay of game penalty.
The veteran Dustin Colquitt, longest tenured Chief along with Derek Johnson. Jets put some pressure Matson with a fair catch called for. He brings it in cleanly right around the 32. 49-yard kick. Chiefs maintain a 14-7 lead. Jets with the football when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Macy's. And by FedEx. Sign up for FedEx Delivery Manager.
Early fireworks from the Chiefs. The Jets have steadied themselves a bit. Kansas City with a 14-7 lead on New York with 5:48 to go in this opening quarter. Open up from the 32. Nickel package for Kansas City. They'll run it up the middle. Forte hit from behind and picks up 4.5. We check in with Evan Washburn.
Well, guys, so much discussion about finishing games for the Jets. Well, that start was a nightmare for them. And that sideline, you get a bit hostile, especially on the defensive side. The word that kept coming up really on both sides, though, was challenge. They wanted to challenge this team. They felt like they came out with the urgency. They've shown some of that here with that last possession.
Well, that was a quote from Derek Johnson. The Jets have to feel our sense of urgency, play with our heads on fire. And that's what we saw from Kansas City initially. 2nd and 5, McCown, play fake. McCown, downfield, Jermaine Kearse. Big connection on a deep ball. Working against Steven Nelson, 44 yards on a rope by McCown.
It's a wheel route. You can see the DBs run into each other. Steven Nelson and Marcus Peters, both Kearse and Anderson were deep down the field. Both were open. Look at that way the quarterback, 38 years old, stands in there, takes the hit from Sorensen.
That's something else Johnson mentioned when we asked him about McCown. He said he has made some wow throws this season. First down inside the 20. Fake it. McCown underneath. That Kearse cannot break away from Marcus Peters. Sniffed out by Kansas City. A loss of 1 on the play.
Now, Bob Sutton's chief defense, they specialize in extra defensive backs. They've been 50% of the plays they've had used 6 defensive backs at times, as they're doing right now. And Stephen Terrell comes in.
They haven't been throwing at Revis necessarily, but they did run at him.
Well, Forte ran at him for sure, and then the touchdown went his way too.
2nd and 11. Through the middle, Forte takes the crack and turns it into a 9-yard gain. Good blocks from Winters and Shell up front for New York.
Yeah, it is a tiny crack through right here between Winters and Shell. Center getting over there as well, Wesley Johnson, and good power by Forte. Playing with a bum knee that he playing through pain. Be productive here in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was questionable this week. Forte averaging 4 yards per carry this season in his 10th year in the league. Nice jump cut, and Bilal Powell brought down at the 10 by Ron Parker.
A heck of a tackle by Parker.
And it's 4th and 1. Jets fans are urging Todd Bowles to go for it.
Yeah, you're 4 and 7, and you've got momentum. So keep riding it. And that appears to be what Todd Bowles has decided to do, although he's bringing in wide receivers, including JoJo Natson.
All 5'7", 153 pounds of him.
Play clock running down.
Down to 5. McCown sends Natson in motion. Down to 1. And McCown pushes forward for the first down. Josh McCown, deceptively big. He's 6'4", 218. You meet with him, and you're impressed by the size that he brings. 38 years old, 15th year in the NFL.
Well, with all these receivers in the game, you know, the Chiefs are thinking that it's going to be a pass play, but good call by John Morton, offensive coordinator. You see the Chiefs pad level way too high.
7th play of the drive. Jets looking for the equalizer. Robbie Anderson creating after the catch. Anderson banged down just short of the goal line. Anderson is slight, 190 pounds. Tono Passeño helps save the touchdown.
That's another missed tackle for Darrelle Revis. This is 2 here in the first quarter. Went on Forte, and now Anderson will take it all the way inside the 1.
Rivas comes to the Kansas City sideline. 2nd and goal for the Jets. Motion man, Safarian Jenkins. McCown trying to do it himself. He doesn't get there.
We got a penalty flag, too.
On the far side of the field at the 2.
This may be the Chiefs lining in the neutral zone. There didn't appear to be any movement.
And the fans just got wind of it.
Offside. Defense. Number 50. Lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
Injured Chief is Alvin Bailey. They're already down Tamba Hali and D. Ford.
You can see that helmet right there. That say belongs to Justin Houston.
So they're dealing with Bailey right now. Jarvis Jenkins would step in for him. Alvin Bailey, a 7-year pro. Versatile, plays inside, plays outside. Go back to his college days at Miami. Somehow that guy played some linebacker. He's 6'3", 288, and Bailey up on his feet.
And not a good sign heading right to the locker room.
Two weeks ago, when the Chiefs were here at MetLife against the Giants, Bailey was inactive. Todd Bowles is having a long discussion with John Perry.
He's going to challenge us too.
New York has challenged the previous play that rather than short of the goal line, it's a touchdown.
But can you see the ball? That's going to be the question on this replay.
Yeah, very difficult with the quarterback sneak for McCown. Take a look right down the line here. You can see the offsides, but where's McCown? Where's the ball? There's McCown's helmet.
That's second effort.
I think he got in. He had the ball in his right hand, tucked into his right arm, and right there, before Ragland can hit him, he's in clearly.
But it has to be conclusive. Here's the football. McCown, that second effort there. He got hit by Pierre Lewis. McCown is just in the middle of a pile.
I think this is the best angle, obviously, right down the line.
Find the football.
Here's McCown's helmet. There's the hit by Ragland. But
right there.
There's the ball. Right there. He's in. Tremendous effort by just about everybody on the field. Wow.
And that's what the crew is looking at right now. Al Riveron back in New York. The call on the field was short. There was a penalty on the play.
And you see the ball.
It was the second effort by McCown. He took another shot right there just as the ball crossed.
Well, he converted on a fourth down play with a quarterback
sneak.
After
reviewing the play, the rule on the field stands as called. It'll be second down after the offside defense.
Wow. But that's what you expect when it's the Jets, right? They've had 3 touchdowns in my mind reversed from over the river.
Well, this one was called short of the goal live, and then on that replay, I'm sure the determination will be that they didn't have conclusive evidence. Second and goal. McCown will try it again. The officials come together. Jets are indicating touchdown. And they get it. Touchdown Jets. McCown with a spike. A late call. But points on the board for New York.
Now you talked about the size and strength of the McCown.
I mean, you're certainly not going to find the ball on that one.
If I'm the Chiefs, I'm going to challenge that.
Well, you know, the problem for the Chiefs is it was called a touchdown on the field. Obviously, all scoring plays are reviewed, so they don't have to worry about it. The officials will take a look. Big smile on the face of 38-year-old Josh McCown.
He earned that, didn't he?
Twice. And it has been confirmed. Extra point from Catanzaro to tie it. Eight plays, 68 yards, and we are all even at MetLife. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Lowe's.
Well, hello, Mr. Snowman.
The moment you realize your snowman is melting and he's not made of snow.
At Lowe's, we have all the decorations you need to make your home magical for Christmas. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Hurry into Lowe's and get 20% off select outdoor Christmas decorations.
We've packed a lot in to the first quarter. 46 seconds remaining. Kansas City took a 14-0 lead. The Jets have responded with 14 points. 5-minute, 2-second drive. McCown, the rushing touchdown. That is his fourth of the season. Now we're all knotted up. 14 apiece in East Rutherford. Akeem Hunt is the return man. Catanzaro with a kickoff. It sends Hunt back. He's going to take it out of the end zone, 5 yards deep. Hunt looking for a lane. He has stood up, and he is dropped short of the 25-yard line by Josh Martin on special teams. Well, players are supporting charitable causes important to them through cleats that are custom designed and inspired by their causes. Discover the stories behind the cleats and bid on select players' special edition cleats at NFL.com/mycause. My Cleats. A lot of great causes being supported today. Among those, the United Way, the American Diabetes Association, Stomp Out Bullying, and the American Cancer Society. Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23. Fake it. On the toss, makes the connection to Albert Wilson. And it's a first down covering 10 yards for Kansas City.
So right now the Chiefs have run 9 plays. Make it 10 now. 9 of them have been pass plays.
Kareem Hunt, 1 carry, no yards. And the Chiefs in no hurry here. They'll let time run out at the end of this first quarter. Two desperate teams. And we have played 1 quarter from the Meadowlands. We're tied at 14. Back with more after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. It was quick strike from Kansas City to open the game. 14-0 lead. But the Jets created some balance on offense. And we are all tied up. 14 apiece to start this second quarter. Kansas City with a 1st and 10 at its own 34-yard line. Give it to Hunt. Hunt accelerates, takes it to the 39.
It's been a big afternoon so far for these two, Alex Smith and Travis Kelce. Second play of the game, 32 yards for Kelce down the left sideline. And then his first touchdown followed quickly by his second touchdown in back-to-back plays. 3 catches all game long last week for Kelce against Buffalo. 3 today for 90 yards.
Extra offensive lineman for Kansas City. It's Cameron Irving, the former Brown. Kelce, the motion man, on a 2nd and 5. Play action. Smith has time. Smith surveys. Tosses it high. Hunt adjusts. And he's got a first down. Driven Out towards the sideline by Davis, the Jets' leading tackler this season. 12 yards for Kareem Hunt through the air.
Yeah, heck of a catch by Hunt, as he was the outlet receiver for Smith. Watch the adjustment he has to make, spinning all the way around and breaking the tackle of Stanford. Actually, basically a one-handed catch for Hunt.
No Charkandrick West today for Kansas City. Out for personal reasons. They'll toss it quickly on a quick snap. And Hunt with the catch and run for 4. Coming up Thursday, NFC South showdown. New Orleans takes on Atlanta. Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, NBC. It's streaming live on Amazon Prime Video. 2nd down and 6 at the 45 of New York. We're just underway here in the second quarter. Last year, these two teams played. Week 3, Kansas City beat the Jets 24-3. It's Hunt again, 2-yard pickup. Hit by Julian Stanford on the play as we send it down to the field. And Evan Washburn.
Guys, just a quick note on Hunt. That's just his second rush attempt. They want to get him involved, but remember, they told us last night they're not going to try and beat their head against the wall to get this running game going. He's so valuable in the passing game, they feel like he can get those explosive plays there as well.
No doubt about it, and that was something that Alex Smith mentioned to us. It shouldn't be limited to just handing it off to him in the I formation. Hunt does bring versatility. Pitch it, and it's Hunt on the outside. So it's been a clear objective of Kansas City to get him out in space a bit more. 5-yard gain for Hunt, and they'll move the chains for KC.
Yeah, the plan is working well so far on this drive. Spread the Jets out and let Hunt go to work. But, you know, without Charkandrick West, Chiefs only have Akeem Hunt as the backup. Of course, we've seen Tyreek Hill in the backfield as well.
And there is Akeem Hunt, 3rd year in the NFL, formerly with Houston. Hill with the catch. Short of the first down. They'll mark him down at the 30-yard line on a quick hitter from Alex Smith. Rashard Robinson seeing some action in the secondary for New York, former San Francisco 49er.
And talking to Alex Smith last night, he said, you know, we could talk all about getting out of this funk, but you have to go out and do it, find a rhythm, and finish strong. Finish drive strong. He's found his rhythm today.
3 tight ends in this formation, a 2nd and 2 for Kansas City. Smith. Robinson, he gets rid of it quickly. Robinson with the catch. Brought down by Buster Screen of the Jets. 7 yards and a first down for KC.
Yeah, for KC, they may have a problem with their center, Mitch Morse. He came up limping, started towards the sidelines, and now he's just going to sit down on the 30-yard line.
Morse has missed time this year. Duvernay Tardif has missed time this year for Kansas City. And the athletic training staff out to check on 3rd-year center Mitch Morse. Zach Fulton would step in at center, and then Brian Witzman would move over to left guard. 11:32 mark of the second quarter. The Chiefs and the Jets are tied at 14 apiece.
And smart now that Smith and Fulton are taking some practice snaps on the sideline.
The Chiefs came into this game with 2 touchdowns in their last 10 quarters. They put up 2 in the first. Morse on his feet, but noticeable limp for Mitch Morse. So another challenge here for Kansas City. Matt Nagy, who was a former quarterback, played at Delaware, then played in the Arena League.
He's a blue hen.
He is.
That should make a sideline reporter that I know pretty happy.
Who's that now?
That kid down there, Washburn.
Yeah, Washburn's a hen also. Nagy played with the New York Dragons of the Arena League.
Really?
Yeah, local.
Were they the Fire Dragons or just the
Dragons?
Dragons?
No, just the Dragons. He was born in New Jersey, but then grew up in Pennsylvania. Ninth play of the drive for Kansas City. Once again, 3 tight ends and an east set of downs to work with for the Chiefs. Smith, deep drop. Smith, oh, it just came out of his hand. An ephus from Smith as Jordan Jenkins was trying to get to the QB.
He's going to do a good job of getting to him, too. Watch his left hand again right on the elbow. And there's your ephus pitch. Up to that point, Smith was 5 for 5 on this drive. The previous drive, 0 for 3. Started the game 5 for 5. So up and down so far for Alex Smith.
And now a 2nd and 10 for Kansas City. Kelsey, the motion man. Shotgun for Smith. Handed off, a blast up the middle for Hunt. Met by Demario Davis, first man there. 3-yard pickup for Hunt. 3rd and 7 for the Chiefs.
And a part of the Chiefs' problem in the last couple of games has been converting 3rd downs. Just 38%, which is 18th in the league.
They continue to work on Mitch Morse.
And they're going to isolate Kelsey all by himself.
Fulton in at center. Witzman at left guard. 3rd and 7 for Kansas City. Smith gets rid of it quickly, juggled, and dropped by Wilson. It's 4th down for Kansas City.
They had blockers out in front, too. This takes his eyes off the ball. And on the other side of the field, Travis Kelce feeling he had an advantage there on Rashard Robinson.
I just had something to say to Alex Smith along the sideline.
He said, I was open. They always say that.
So you've gotten that speech?
Once or twice.
The field goal, no good. Butker missed it from 38 yards away. Butker had made a franchise record 23 straight field goal attempts. And that one pushed to the right. It can be a lonely job. Harrison Butker, rookie out of Georgia Tech, missed his first field goal attempt of the season, then made 23 in a row, but just missed one. And Kansas City and the Jets remain tied at 14. Powell making something out of nothing with a little shake and bake move for 4.
Well, big story today is the return of Darrelle Revis. It was a happy homecoming for him before the game. Cool thing by Andy Reid to make him captain, but then the game started and a couple of missed tackles. But what do you expect? He has not played football. Obviously has not tackled anybody in 11 months.
Revis out there right now for Kansas City. Alvin Bailey has returned for KC as part of that front. 2nd and 6. McCown, short drop, and a quick throw to Curse. Good for a 1st down. Revis for the Chiefs. 10 yards on a hookup.
Now, that's where Curse is so valuable as a slot receiver. It's not glamorous at times, and there's always going to be a lot of contact in there with linebackers and safeties, but he's been doing it for a long time. And he gives the Jets another 1st down.
We approach 9 minutes to go in this 2nd quarter. Handoff trying to get to the outside. Mcguire with 2 flags down. Mcguire is out of bounds. Flags at the 41 and the 38. It's going to be against New York. Reggie Ragland, the stop.
Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty replay. 1st down.
Wesley Johnson, the center, called on the hold.
He's given somebody the stink eye after having just looked at the replay board.
It's been fairly clean, just 2 penalties either side with 9 minutes to go in this 1st half. Now it's Forte in there. He gets the call. Forte leans in on Reggie Ragland, and he was up to the task. 2-yard pickup for Matt Forte.
Bob Sutton really praised Ragland. So he's got the speed to get in behind blockers as he does right there, and then the power to bring a big back like Forte all the way to the ground.
Derek Johnson said that Ragland has been very gritty. He said when I talk to him, he listens, and that's not always the case with young players. 2nd and 18 now for New York. McCown from the gun. McCown over the middle to Curse. One of Todd Bowles' favorite players, Jermaine Curse. He learned all 3 positions when he was acquired in the trade. He brings a toughness. Bowles said he's very intelligent, and he said he makes Bowles smile at least once a day, and that's quite an achievement.
Yes, it is. Well, 5 catches here in the first half. Well, come on, Todd, smile for us.
Nope. If they get in the end zone, he might smile. 3rd and 4 now for New York. McCown steps up. McCown will run for the first down. The escapability is real from Josh McCown.
Yeah, he's going to find a little hole in the pocket as the Chiefs are going to bring pressure right up the middle here and then drop out. Sorensen coming late for the tackle, but watch the cover up here by McCown. He's picked up a couple of first downs and has been in the end zone. That type of grit.
Thomas in the backfield in front of Powell, who gets pummeled. Forward progress will get him at the 50. Nunez Roches and Pierre Lewis. A bunch of names in there.
Well, you dropped the Kevin Pierre Lewis, so he's taking the place of Derek Johnson. Johnson started the game, but we've seen a lot of Kevin Pierre Lewis lately.
Alex Smith huddling up with Matt Nagy. Patrick Mahomes nearby. Bob Sutton's defense trying to hold here on a 2nd and 13 for New York. We'll get a timeout. The Jets use it. They have 1 timeout remaining. We're tied at 14. Second quarter action continues from MetLife.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Lowe's, hurry in today for huge savings on all things winter. And by Pepsi, welcoming you to the fun doesn't end zone.
Just another typical Sunday here at MetLife. Full cast of characters on hand for the Chiefs and the Jets. Ball's at midfield on a 2nd and 13. The Jets have 1 timeout remaining. Mcguire moves out of the backfield. Jets will go empty. Shotgun. McCown throwing off his back foot, and he just fires it to the sideline. Caught by the Microsoft Surface guy. McCown is now 7 of 9 throwing the ball for 108 yards. First 3 possessions, Jets punt it, and then bang, bang, touchdown to tie the game.
Yeah, they got into a real good rhythm on that 2nd and 3rd drive by mixing in the run with the pass, and McCown has been very accurate so far. 7 out of 9 for 108.
Facing 6 defensive backs now with Powell in there for New York. 3rd and 13 for the Jets. Flags. Now the Jets don't get the play off.
Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That one against Beecham. And the Jets going in the wrong direction. They placed the ball at the 45. Now looking at a 3rd and 18 with 6:21 to go, first half.
And McCown will be staring at 6 defensive backs.
We'll tack
Actually,
on another
7 with Sorensen playing more like a linebacker.
Hey, now run it. Hey, your big beast, just go.
3rd penalty against the Jets. 3rd and long for New York. They'll go conservative. And Powell is dropped at the 47-yard line of Kansas City by Daniel Sorensen. 7-yard pickup, and the Jets will punt on 4th down.
That was a conservative call, but the correct call. The game field position right now at the end of the first half, but you talk about changing field position in a hurry. That's what Tyreek can do for you and for the Chiefs.
Edwards punted it 7 times last week in the 35-27 loss to Carolina. He averaged 45.4 yards per kick. Tyreek Hill standing at the 10-yard line for Kansas City. Edwards places it towards the sideline, and that ball will bounce out of bounds. They will mark it out at the 14. That's where Kansas City will have it. 33-yard kick. We're tied at 14 in the second quarter. Kansas City looked like they might run away with this game. 2 quick touchdowns to open up, but they've stumbled a bit since that point. Missed on a field goal try, and the Chiefs and Jets are tied at 14 with 5:34 to go in the second quarter. Chiefs have it 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line with Kareem Hunt, 5 carries, 15 yards, set up in the backfield with Smith. Smith, deep shot. It is juggled and broken up. Hill in a matchup with Buster Screen, and Screen holds up for New York.
Well, because the ball was underthrown by Alex Smith. This is a touchdown for Tyreek Hill. If the ball is thrown 5 yards farther down the field, he had Screen beat. Look how he had to slow up, try to make this catch.
Andy Reid said, look, you do go back to the basics. You go back to fundamentals, but you have to keep your creativity as part of the equation. 2nd and 10. Smith in some trouble. Steps up. Smith can run. Smith takes it across the 30, and Alex Smith is still going. Smith bounces off a tackle and finally steps out of bounds. The Jets could not hem him in, and Smith turns it upfield into a huge gain. 70-yard run for Alex Smith.
But Josh Martin is coming around the corner, and Smith is going to shake him off. The Jets defensively are in man-to-man coverage. You can see the defensive backs all turning their back to Smith. He sees this. Now he gets help from Hunt down the field, and he's still got pretty good wheels. Breaks the tackle there of Adams. A huge play for the Kansas City quarterback.
A career long for Smith.
Adams trying to punch the ball out. That cost the Jets about 20 yards.
Kansas City has it at the Jets 16. Smith running play, and Hunt gets stacked up. Leonard Williams first man there. Forward progress gets him a gain of 2 just inside the 15.
Yeah, the Jet defensive line doing a good job against runs that are right up the middle between the tackles. Leonard Williams having an outstanding year. Seen Pinnell a couple of times in there as well, clogging things up.
The running game for Kansas City has been MIA, but the stats will look good when your quarterback goes for 70. 2nd and 8. Smith from the gun. Smith trying to run again, and this time there's a wall. Wilkerson, Jenkins. It's a sack and a loss of 3.
Well, initially he had time to throw, but the coverage here on Kelsey pretty good there. Time by Julian Stanford. And Robinson trying to get open in the end zone. There is Adams making sure he doesn't come open, and by that time the pocket's going to absolutely collapse and take down Smith.
They gave the sack to Wilkerson, setting up a 3rd and 11 for Kansas City. Andy Reid was trying to call a timeout, and he gets it. So the Chiefs will have it 3rd and long when we come back in 30 seconds after this from AT&T. Knotted up at 14 apiece with 3:35 left on the clock. Second quarter, 3rd and 11 for Kansas City. Ball at the Jets' 17-yard line. Akeem Hunt will shift from the outside to the backfield. Smith steps. Smith trying to run again. Tripped up. He could not break away from Jenkins. And that will be a sack for New York. Back-to-back for the Jets.
Third sack of the year for Jordan Jenkins, number 48, working against Schwartz there. He gets passed off to the right guard, Duvernay Tardif, and yeah, pound your chest. You got a sack.
Harrison Butker trying to bounce back after the 38-yard miss. This is from 36 yards away. Can give Kansas City the lead. 36-yard attempt is good for Butker. Chiefs go in front 17-14 with 2:49 remaining in this first half. Let's check in with Evan Washburn. Evan.
Well, guys, Alex Smith was under pressure there. Mitch Morse is starting center, currently in the locker room being evaluated with a left foot injury. It's the same left foot that kept him out of 5 games earlier in the year. Doesn't look like a guy who's ready to come back in this game. The official word is questionable, but I'd expect to see a lot of Zach Fulton for the rest of this one.
Yeah, Morse was carted off, so Fulton is in at center. And they've had to mix and match before, so it's not as if they don't have players that have experience in those positions. Alex Smith upset that they didn't cash in as they drove it down the field after the 70-yard run, longest run of the season for the Chiefs. A yard better than Kareem Hunt's 69-yard run earlier this year.
Yeah, give the Jets defense a lot of credit there. After that disappointing 70-yard run in their eyes, Wilkerson and Jenkins get back-to-back sacks.
Yeah, when we asked Leonard Williams going against Kansas City, he said, we just played the Panthers. We're ready for the option. We're ready for Smith and the running ability. They just weren't ready on that play. It's a touchback. And coming up, Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher, latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. The Chiefs up by 3. Jets have 1 timeout remaining in the 2-minute warning. 2:49 left in this first half. Turnovers have not been an issue. The Jets this season, turnover ratio, they're +8 in the first 3 quarters of action. They are -8 in the 4th quarter, which plays into the 4th quarter collapses. They've had leads in the 4th quarter in 3 of their last 6 games that have evaporated. To the outside, Bilal Powell. The zigzag move by Powell, and he gets out of bounds. The block from Winters, and he chews up 13 yards on the run.
This is obviously an important drive for the Jets because they will also get the opening kickoff of the second half, so it's a chance to score at both ends of the half.
2:28 left in this second quarter. Kansas City 17, the Jets 14. McCown delivers to the outside. Caught by Robbie Anderson. Revis there defensively. He was trying to take the ball away along with Derek Johnson, and it's whistle dead after the pickup of 8.
And when we talked to Rivas last night, his #1 concern was not to have any passes go over my head. Playing very soft, a big cushion there, and the Jets taking advantage.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Here to help life go right. And by Forevermark. Discover the Forevermark Tribute Collection at forevermark.com.
Well, Dan, Josh McCown was viewed as a bridge to a future quarterback with the Jets, and who knows, he could be the guy next year when the smoke settles. 2nd and 2 on a give to Powell. Nice run by Powell to pick up the first down and worked his way to the sideline to stop the clock with 1:53 left. 6-yard gain, and the Jets in Kansas City territory.
And really a good play selection there by John Morton. A sweep to the short side of the field, and with a heady player like Powell knowing that just 1 timeout to get out of bounds, stop the clock, very valuable.
So looking to get into Catanzaro's range. He's got a 57-yard field goal this year, the longest in Jets history. McCown to Anderson. He fires it over the middle to Anderson. Hit by Nelson. 14 yards and a first down for New York.
That's another slot pass. We've seen him hit Curse a couple of times. That time he gets Anderson for a first down.
Anderson told us that McCown took him under his wing, told him the areas that he needed to work on. And hooks up with Anderson again. He said the first day he met him, Anderson could sense McCown's energy and passion for the game. That covers 11 yards.
Well, working against Rivas again. Watch the quickness of Anderson and the 5-yard cushion given up by Rivas.
The Jets are actually paying Rivas $5.647 million to play for the Chiefs.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Kansas City picks up the rest of it to make it an even $6 million.
That's nice of him. Round it out.
1:29 to go in this first half. The Jets are moving. McCown throws it high. Austin Safarian-Jenkins hauls it in at the 20. Matched up with the safety Sorensen.
Yeah, blitzed by the Chiefs and a heck of a catch, I think, by Austin Safarian-Jenkins.
Yeah, don't speculate. 2nd and 7 now for New York. McCown rifles. It's caught by Anderson inside the Kansas City 10. Hit by Marcus Peters.
Yeah, you love to see a receiver reach out in front of him, his body, to make the catch with his hands, as Anderson did that time. Cuts down the distance.
McCown thought about running. McCown loops out of trouble, stops, and throws it away. Not taking any chances. 35 seconds remaining on the clock.
Well, good mobility here by McCown. And a heck of a catch by our cameraman, Mr. Bruno. Right on the spot.
Did he catch it? Do we have to go to replay?
Well, they're looking at it over in New York.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably not then, I guess.
2nd and goal. Jets are looking for the lead. McCown on a shovel, and Powell gets crushed by Zombo.
Well, expecting Zombo to come up the field and rush the passer, they run a little bit of an inside option play, and Zombo smartly took care of that.
Coming up, Verizon halftime report. JB and the rest of the gang in New York. Latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. 3rd and goal for New York. Jets are out of timeouts. There's 29 seconds left. 10th play of the drive.
Yep. Well, the advantage that the Jets have right here is Safarian-Jenkins with his size down here on the goal line, but it wouldn't surprise me if they look for Jermaine Kearse here working against Rivas.
3rd and goal. McCown guns it. Caught. Blasted. Forte. Touchdown, Jets. New York goes in front. Late stages, first half.
Again, it's a slot receiver. We've seen Kearse, we've seen Anderson, and now Forte. Does he get in? Hit here by a couple of Chiefs. That's awful close. Ron Parker with the big hit there.
He extended there, and just at the end, Johnson's right leg got in the way of Matt Forte. So the Jets find themselves in another review situation. The Jets have 23 seconds on the clock. If they didn't get it, you're looking at 4th and goal inside the 1 without timeouts. The call on the field is a touchdown.
Yeah, and remember, all the ball has to do is touch the front part of the goal line. Doesn't have to get all the way in the end zone. Just the nose of the ball has to touch the very front.
Well, the Jets offense should be ready here based on the call. Look right at the end there, the knee of Johnson as Forte was extending out. He just happened to be running by.
After reviewing the plays, the rule in the field stands.
Touchdown, Jets. So the Jets get one to go their way. He took a shot from Ron Parker.
And what a great drive engineered by Josh McCown. 10 plays, 75 yards.
Catanzaro on for the point after with 23 seconds remaining. Right through the uprights. 21-17 Jets. Matt Forte on the receiving end of this Josh McCown side armor.
That's 75 career touchdowns now for Matt Forte.
He's had such a terrific career, most of that done with the Chicago Bears. He's dealt with injuries since signing on as a free agent last year with the Jets.
It's amazing he held on to that ball with Derek Johnson's knee hitting his arm and ball.
So the Jets take their first lead of the day after the 10-play, 2-minute, 26-second drive. Forte, 11-yard touchdown. McCown was 7 out of 8 on the drive for 56 yards in the score.
And the one incomplete was a throwaway.
Catanzaro will kick it off. DeAnthony Thomas is deep, and Catanzaro will not even let it touch it. It's scooped up by Akeem Hunt. And Hunt is ripped down at the 26-yard line with 18 seconds to play. Jordan Jenkins on special teams for New York. So what a turnaround here after the 14-0 lead from Kansas City. The Jets 18 seconds away from heading into the locker room with the lead, and then they'll have the football to open up the third quarter.
And we'll see how aggressive the Chiefs want to be with just 18 seconds and 2 timeouts. And a long way to go to get Butker in field goal range.
Smith has that 70-yard run for Kansas City. Kareem Hunt has 17 yards on the ground, 6 carries. Smith to throw it. And hits his man on first down. It's Albert Wilson. Chiefs not really rushing to the line here, and a timeout has been taken. 11 seconds left. So ball spotted at the 36.
Now Butker's long this season is 53 yards.
Now they still have a long ways to go to get into Butker range. 247 yards of offense for Kansas City, and that's been topped by the Jets with 258. Still looking at around 30 yards for Kansas City. They tacked a second onto the clock, so 12 seconds left in this second quarter.
I remember that great play that the Chiefs ran against the Dallas Cowboys when they hit Tyreek Hill over the middle. And he got a convoy and he took it all the way to the end zone.
Shotgun. Smith hooks a pass deep. He's got Hill trying to work the sideline. He's out of bounds. Hill claiming it's a clean catch. Marcus May in coverage. No.
Nope, right foot out of bounds. Heck of a catch with May draped all over his back.
Well, Hill got it, but just not in bounds. So 6 seconds remain.
That would have been good enough to get Butker in range. Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
They'll go running play to Hunt. And that's how this first half will end. Jets trail 14-0. They battle back. They lead it 21-17 at the break. A pair of touchdowns for Travis Kelce got Kansas City on the board quickly. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. It's 21-17 Jets.
Want to stay up to date? Hey Siri, show me football scores.
Getting ready for second half action here at MetLife. Let's check out the first half numbers. 261 yards of offense for Kansas City. A lot of damage early. The Jets 258 total yards. Got to the red zone 3 times, cashed in with 3 touchdowns. Ian Eagle, Dan Fouts, Evan Washburn down on the sidelines. All right, let's look at it from 2 perspectives. You're down 14-0. You're the Jets. You actually hit the halftime break with the lead. What's Todd Bowles' feeling on how that first half developed?
Well, the impressive thing was that drive at the end of the first half, knowing you're going to get the ball to start the second half. It's something we've seen the Patriots do time after time. But for the Jets to come back from being down 14 like that showed a lot. And, you know, you talk about the leadership of Josh McCown. The interesting thing now is, can the Jets finish?
Flip it to the Kansas City side. You saw positive signs early. They just couldn't sustain it.
Well, the big thing was after Alex Smith's 70-yard run that got him down close to the red zone, Chiefs couldn't do anything with that momentum-building type of play. Just got a field goal out of it.
Kickoff from Butker. And returnable for little JoJo Natson. Natson makes a cut. And he's hit from behind, just short of the 20-yard line. We check in with Evan Washburn.
Well, and I spoke with Todd Bowles, and I asked him about that slow start, and he had a great line. He said, we played our fourth quarter in the first, so hopefully we have that covered. Loves what he's doing offensively, especially in the run game. He feels like that's opened up the play action. That's allowed for the chunk plays. For Kansas City, only an injury update. Mitch Morse continues to be in the locker room with that left foot injury. Andy Reid unavailable for comment, guys.
All right, Evan, let's give you some numbers on the ground. Powell, 10 carries, 36 yards, a touchdown. Mcguire, 3 carries for 24 yards. And Forte, 4 carries for 19 yards. Forte does have the receiving touchdown on an 11-yard strike from McCown. On first down, McCown throws. Open man. Anderson lost the ball at the end of the play. It's ruled incomplete. Terrence Mitchell there defensively for Kansas City.
Yeah, and this is a catch until Mitchell slams Anderson to the ground. Heck of a play by Terrence Mitchell.
Just keeping an eye on Darrelle Revis. He's on the sideline. The helmet is off. And Terrence Mitchell, who was not a part of the action in the first half, out there right now for KC. 2nd and 10 for the Jets. Give it to Powell. Spin move by Powell. Took a hit from Sorensen as they went head on across the 25-yard line. Bilal Powell sets up 3rd and manageable now for the Jets. QB comparison in the first half. Smith 11 of 18. Hit on his first 5 passes. 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, the 70-yard run. And McCown 14 of 17 for 164. The touchdown. No turnovers. 3rd and 2. They go dime, but Revis is not one of the 6 in the secondary. McCown will throw for the first down. It's Kearse. Jermaine Kearse, another first down for the Jets.
Now you saw the numbers for McCown in that first half. Gets the long ball to Kearse here. Kearse has got 6 catches so far today. But the slot passing has been very effective as Forte gets into the end zone there at the end of the first half.
Kearse had 7 catches last week. All 7 receptions were for first downs.
Clutch. So that's what that is.
6 catches for 86 yards. Extra offensive lineman. It's Qualley on a 1st and 10 from the 34. Give to Mcguire. Mcguire wrapped up. Benny Logan, first man there. for Kansas City. Loss of 2 for New York. Well, we asked Todd Bowles about Revis. He said, we just haven't had a whole lot of conversation about him. We're not sure how they're going to use him. Different scheme than the one that he played for under Bowles compared to the previous regime with Bob Sutton. Didn't seem too concerned. 2nd and 11 for the Jets. Forte looking for a hold. Nothing develops. And now it's 3rd and long. 1-yard pickup. Stephen Terrell and Frank Zombo combined to bring him down.
The Jets have been very effective converting 3rd downs this afternoon, 5 out of 8. But this is always a challenging one where defenses can give you so many different looks of pressure. Remember how much that Bob Sutton likes to use a bunch of defensive backs here to really try to confuse the pass protection.
3rd and 10. Austin Seferian-Jenkins in motion. Anderson sets up by himself to McCown's left. Steps up. McCown will try to run for it. McCown splits defenders and gets the 1st down. Just across the 45. Josh McCown continues to make it happen with his legs.
Well, here's big Chris Jones looking for his 4th and a half sack here as he goes by Winters, who does a nice job of standing him up and allowing McCown to step up into the pocket. Man-to-man coverage again in the secondary allowed McCown to go for 12 yards.
Running play, Forte. 3-yard gain for Forte. Derek Johnson, the veteran, gets the tackle for Kansas City. This drive continues for the Jets.
And you talked earlier, Ian, about Johnson wanting the Jets to feel the intensity of the Chiefs defensively. And right now, there's very little intensity or energy on the Chiefs side of the ball.
We asked Andy Reid if he has been through a situation like this where the bottom has dropped out. He said the only thing he could remember was a year in Green Bay when they picked up Andre Rison. That turned their fortunes around. Pass to Seferian-Jenkins on the outside. He crosses into Kansas City territory, and it brings up 3rd down for the Jets. 3.5-yard gain through the air. They ended up winning the Super Bowl that year, so they certainly turned it around in Green Bay when he was an assistant under Mike Holmgren.
Yeah, who's that quarterback?
Yeah, it was a guy named Favre, former Jet.
The all-timers.
Elijah McGuire in, sets up as a receiver on 3rd and 4 for the Jets. Operating out of the gun, 9th play of the drive for New York. McCown, pump, lets it fly. Flag down, looking for McGuire, and it's too far. Penalty marker on the play. The Jets enter action, the 3rd most penalized team in the NFL, but this appears to be against Kansas City.
Defense, number 39, 5-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
And it's Mitchell who has stepped in for Revis.
Yeah, he's working against Jermaine Kearse here. Kearse, who little in and out move, and obviously a grab and a tackle there by Mitchell.
So Mitchell to the Kansas City sideline. And the Jets have a 1st and 10 at the Chiefs' 43. 3rd penalty against Kansas City. Steven Nelson, the other corner now for KC. Jet sweep for Kearse. Make that Arderius Stewart coming to the near sideline. Stewart has not had a lot of action in his rookie year from Alabama. 3rd round pick, known for his speed. They try to get him involved in the run game.
Yeah, only has 5 catches on the season.
First possession of the 2nd half. 9:55 to play in the 3rd.
59 from Mike. Hey, you gotta get
McGuire with Thomas in front of him on a 2nd and 6. Tomlinson goes in motion. Give it to McGuire. A lot of bodies bunched up, and McGuire had nowhere to go. Logan and Bailey there, and a loss of 3 on the play for the Jets.
And the Jets hurt the Chiefs in the 1st half running left. And the Chiefs obviously have made the adjustment. You can see how well they stand up the Jet offensive line and just kind of skate on down the line of scrimmage, giving Mcguire very few options to pick up yardage.
Long drive here. The Jets have had 6 plays for negative yards. And now they face a 3rd and 9. Forte comes in, replaces Mcguire. Shotgun. McCown steps, throws. It's caught. Chad Hansen, the rookie, has a first down. Just his 4th catch of the season, 4th round pick out of Cal.
Yeah, he followed instructions too. McCown pointed to him as he got out of the pocket, told him to go to the inside, as he does, and now he's going to pull Terrence Mitchell down the field for the first down. That's just his 4th catch of the season.
He walked on at California, turned himself into an NFL player.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
And this drive remains alive for New York. Motion man is Stewart, just inside the 30. Powell. A loss on the play. Jarvis Jenkins got some penetration, loss of 2.
One thing the Jets have suffered from this season is too many fumbles. They've fumbled 21 times and they've lost 9 of them, which are 3rd most in the NFL. Today, ball security been outstanding.
And using up a lot of clock. This drive has lasted over 7 minutes for the Jets. On the ground once again, Forte. Not much there, couldn't jump around Benny Logan. And now it's 3rd down and long for New York.
And the Jets on this drive are 3 for 3, converting their 3rd down. So it's up to the Chiefs now to make a stop and force a long field goal.
Third and 11 for the Jets. Once again, it's McCown operating out of the gun. McCown steps, throws, catch and curl. Robbie Anderson. First down, Jets. They keep doing it on 3rd down. 13 yards on the catch and run.
And they're so concerned with the speed. Look at the 8 to 9 yard cushion that Marcus Peters gives him. So he can make the catch, turn upfield, and just fight his way to another first down for the Jets. That's what speed will do to any cornerback, even a premier one like Marcus Peters.
Anderson, who looked into the camera last week trying to get Pro Bowl votes. We asked Bowles about it. He said, we had a good conversation about it this week. It's not going to be a problem moving forward. Tossing it. Curse. Terrence Mitchell out on the perimeter. And Curse picks up 7 yards. We're going to hit the 6-minute mark of this 3rd quarter. 7 catches for 93 yards.
And you combine this with the drive at the end of the first half the Jets had. The Kansas City offense has been on the sidelines for an eternity.
Two tight ends. 10th play of the drive. 2nd and 3 for New York. McCown forced out of the pocket. McCown on the move. He will heave it away. Pressure from Logan and Houston.
He was clearly out of the box, out of the tackle box, out of the pocket, and there was no receiver on that side of the field. So he wisely threw it out of bounds to avoid the sack.
The Jets have allowed 35 sacks this season, 6th most in the NFL. Kansas City, no sacks today. McCown 5 of 6 on 3rd down. This is the 17th play of the drive. Moving pocket. McCown fires too high. Trying to hit Anderson, who landed awkwardly. And Anderson is hurt. Steven Nelson landed on top of him.
He's trying to get some air right now. You can see he patted his stomach. Laying out. There is Nelson right on top. That would have been a phenomenal catch because the coverage there by Nelson was perfect and gave McCown a very small target to throw the ball to.
They're checking on Robbie Anderson on the field. They help Robbie Anderson to his feet. He's now on the Jets sideline. They are still working with Anderson. The Jets field goal unit is out there on a 4th and 3. 27-yard attempt for Catanzaro. Long drive by the Jets. And 3 on the board for New York. Jets extend the lead 24-17. 18 plays. It took 9 minutes 31 seconds.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Cricket Wireless. Something to smile about. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
The 18 plays is the longest drive the Jets have had since 2010. The 9:31, the time, is the longest they've had since 2011. It ended on a 27-yard field goal by Catanzaro, and now kicks it off for New York. DeAnthony Thomas deep. Takes it out of the end zone. And Thomas is spun down as he crossed the 20-yard line. The Kansas City Chiefs won their first 5 games. They looked like the best team in the NFL. 32.8 points per game, over 400 yards of offense. Since that point, a turnaround. 1-5 record, averaging 18 points per game, and they're down over 100 yards of offense per game since the 5-game start.
And they've been unable to find Travis Kelce since the first quarter, when he caught 3 passes for 90 yards and 2 scores.
Kelce looked like he was on his way to a monster day. First time Kansas City has had the football in this second half. It comes at the 5:23 mark of the third. They're down by 7. Time of possession has been dominant in favor of the Jets. Smith, pocket holds up. Deep ball, separation, Tyreek Hill! Goodbye, Hill! Touchdown, Kansas City! And that was a hill of a throw by Smith.
He didn't underthrow him that time, did he? He let Hill run under this one as he goes blowing by Rashad Robinson. Fastest player in the NFL.
Longest pass play of the season to Hill, 79 yards. And just like that, forget about time of possession.
Yeah,
when you could strike that quickly. Smith pumps the fist.
That's 2 one-play touchdown drives for the Chiefs today.
Extra point, Butker. We are all tied up at 24. The Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, they like the song that Hill's singing right now. Tyreek Hill against Rashard Robinson. Advantage, Kansas City. 10th touchdown of 50 or more yards. The most since Hill entered the league as a 5th-round draft pick. Butker kicks it off. JoJo Natson. It's coming out to the 25-yard line. Did that look like a track athlete to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's take you back. High school track star at Georgia's Coffee High, both the 100 and 200. This is the 200. He ran a 20.14 as a senior. 2nd fastest high school time in U.S. history. Just 1/100th of a second off the record set by Roy Martin back in 1985. Tyreek Hill.
And that's not decaf coffee either.
Yeah. That's full caffeine.
Yeah, give Matt Nagy a lot of credit, though, for going for the bomb right away.
McCown. Oh, great hands. Robbie Anderson snags it.
And that's what they say about Anderson, his hands and his ability to track the ball. Roughing the passer will add 15 more.
Defense number 49, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Daniel Sorensen for the late hit on McCown. Yeah, hit him right in the face. But there are the hands and the eyes staring that ball down. Mitchell with good coverage, but you can't beat perfection like that.
So, Dan, you get 26 yards on the pass play. You tack on 15, the Sorensen penalty.
Yeah, both these offensive coordinators, Nagy and Morton, very aggressive in this one.
Out of the gun, running play. Powell dances and then lunges across the 30-yard line. Brought down by Pierre Lewis of Kansas City. 6-yard gain. Thursday, NFC South showdown. New Orleans meets Atlanta. Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, NBC, and streaming live on Amazon Prime Video. Powell goes to the sideline. Now it's Mcguire in the backfield for New York. 2nd and 4. Fake it. It's Stewart. Arderius Stewart could not break away from Steven Nelson. Holds up and run support.
That was a zone coverage by the Chiefs that time, so Nelson could fall off his responsibility and just play the zone area and then just come up with a real good tackle as Stewart throws about 6 moves at him. None of them work.
Turns out to be a loss of 1 for the Jets. So it sets up 3rd and 5 at the Kansas City 29. Mcguire lines up as a receiver. On 3rd down. McCown throws. He wants it all. Over the head of Robbie Anderson. Incomplete.
Yeah, the pressure by Kevin Pierre Lewis right in the face of McCown, and he had to let this one go earlier than he wanted to.
Got knocked down at the end. And the Jets staring at a 47-yard field goal, trying to take the lead. Catanzaro. 47-yarder. He's got it. The Jets go in front 27-24 with 3:27 to play in the 3rd.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. And by Honda, introducing the all-new Accord, the most impressive Honda ever.
Jets regain the lead 27-24 over Kansas City. 3:27 to play in the 3rd. Catanzaro will kick it off to DeAnthony Thomas, standing 3 yards deep in the end zone. Thomas backpedals. Now he'll take it out. Thomas slowed down and out of bounds short of the 20-yard line. Lawrence Thomas over there on special teams. Saturday, for the first time in 21 years, Army looks to capture the Commander-in-Chief's trophy if they can beat Navy. The 118th Army-Navy game. Coverage begins with college football today at 2:30 Eastern, right here on CBS. Kansas City with the football, 1st and 10 at its own 19-yard line. This is just the 2nd offensive play of the 2nd half for KC. Give it to Hunt. And Hunt hit down low. Marcus May throwing his weight around, a 4-yard gain. Kelsey was on the sideline on 1st down. Now he'll re-enter for Kansas City. 36 yards rushing for the rookie out of Toledo, Kareem Hunt, on 8 carries. Second down for the Chiefs. Running play, Hunt slices. And he's short of the first down. Tackled by Muhammad Wilkerson for New York.
Chiefs are going back to their original game plan by spreading out the Jets and giving Hunt more options, more chances to make a positive run. So far today, 9 carries for 40 yards as Kelsey heads to the bench on this third down. Third and short.
They'll go tight formation. Set up Hill on the outside. The fake by Smith. Smith floats it upstairs. Eligible receiver Cameron Irving. And it's incomplete. They went with an extra offensive lineman. And it's fourth down for the Chiefs.
And another trick play kind of backfires on the Chiefs here as Josh Martin in coverage tips this ball beyond the grasp of Cameron Irving.
Dan, it was third and half a yard.
Yes, it was. And now it's fourth and half a yard.
We saw a couple of weeks ago they went for the trick play and let Travis Kelce throw it against the Giants, only to be intercepted at a time where the Chiefs had gained momentum. The punt from Colquitt. And the reaction after the catch by Natson. 50-yard punt.
This is Chesson coming down, and he's going to try to avoid Natson, but hits him with his helmet on his right arm. That definitely could have been called for a penalty.
Well, the officials did not throw a flag. Chesson getting a little schooling on the Kansas City sideline. Fair catch called for by Natson.
The Jets have run 27 more plays than the Chiefs. That means the Chiefs defense could be taxed here as this game goes on.
1:49 to go in the third. Handoff. Room for Forte. Forte's got a first down. The cut to the outside as he veers for 14.
How about Ned Sterling, 85 here with the lead block coming across here as Forte gets the corner.
So Neil Sterling, who's in his third year from Monmouth. South Jersey guy. Ball control in favor of the Jets, but only a 3-point lead.
You can see what the thought process now for the Jets is to continue to wear down this Chief defense with the ground game.
And a short game with under a minute to go now here in the third. We'll give them 4. Line of scrimmage is the 40.
And fresh defensive lineman in the game for Bob Sutton's defense.
And a fresh running back for the Jets, Bilal Powell. They send Stewart in motion. They'll toss it to him. Stewart. He's spun down as he crossed the 40-yard line by Steven Nelson. 2-yard gain. So they're trying to get Arderius Stewart involved here. But nothing really to show for it, as the Jets are content to let the clock run out here at the end of the third. Jets have a 3-point lead on Kansas City. They'll face a 3rd and 4 as we start the fourth. Two teams that have been struggling. Jets lead at 27-24 over KC. The Jets have lost 5 of their last 6 games. Fourth quarter issues have been a problem throughout. Second worst point differential in the fourth quarter in the NFL. Indianapolis, the only team that's worse. They're minus 66 in the fourth. And we begin the fourth with the Jets in front 27-24 on Kansas City. Chiefs have also dropped 5 of their last 6 games. Anderson, the motion man, on 3rd and 4 for New York. McCown with a soft toss, caught by Anderson. Anderson into Kansas City territory for a first down. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line, 16 yards for Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, the pass protection's been pretty good all day long for McCown. And it takes a while to hit a crossing route like that, but with Anderson's speed after the catch, so dangerous to pick up all that yardage, 16 there for the first down, and keep this drive going.
And he cracks the 100-yard mark. 8 catches for 107. McCown has thrown for 250 and a touchdown. First down for the Jets. Stewart in motion. Handoff. Forte. Angles to the outside. Reggie Ragland with a tackle. 5-yard gain for the Jets. And we check in with Evan Washburn.
And guys, even at this level, professionals, they're going to do everything they can as coaches to try and get this fourth quarter thing turned around. At practice, they adjusted the periods to be 4 periods, and that fourth quarter included 1s versus 1s to try and replicate that intensity that they're going to see right now.
Yeah, Leonard Williams told us about that, harping on the idea of finishing. They're tired of talking about it. Those 2-minute drills once or twice a week. Forte, tough yards there for Forte, and he picks up 1. Benny Logan with the stop. Kansas City's been rotating those big defensive linemen. You know, big storyline coming in, the return of Darrelle Revis. He played in the first half. He has not been on the field in the second half for Kansas City. The helmet is off. Third and 4 for the Jets. Shotgun. McCown. Protection is there. McCown. One-handed stab. Jermaine Kearse. He brings it in for the first down.
The official right on the spot. Watch the right hand go up here. Knee down. Control throughout the catch. Spectacular.
And the Jets moving quickly here. McCown out of the pocket. Throws it over the middle, and Forte is caught by Pierre Lewis. 1-yard pickup.
Can you get enough of this catch? Total extension. Control. Watch the right knee go down. Beautiful.
And Dad, Kansas City looks gassed right now. You alluded to it, how this style would wear them out. They've been on the field for so long.
35 more plays for the Jets than the Chiefs have run.
Motion man is Hansen. 2nd and 9 for the Jets. They've got a 3-point lead. Powell cuts it the other way. And ridden down by Mitchell. Forward progress will get him 2. Just inside the 20-yard line. So the number of plays, the time that the defense has spent on the field, and the collective effect that takes on when you're trying to move pieces in and out, especially the big guys on the defensive line.
Well, the Jets have run 15 plays on 3rd down alone, converting 10 of those 15.
This is another 3rd down for the Jets. 3rd and 7. And a timeout call. Kansas City timeout. Chiefs have 2 remaining. Tonight, in its 50 years, 60 Minutes has brought you some incredible moments. See the best of America's most watched news broadcast. That's tonight only CBS.
I remember the Chiefs used their 2 timeouts early in the first half, so at the end of the half they were up against it. Now in a 3-point game, using a timeout here is much needed because half of the squad that was on the field for Kansas City had their hands on their hips and breathing heavily.
Marcus Peters called that timeout. Might have been the wrong personnel grouping on the field for Kansas City, and Peters recognized it on an important 3rd and 7. The most 3rd down conversions the Jets have had all season. 10 today against this Kansas City D. They're trying to do it again. Dime package for KC. McCown Floats it upstairs. Incomplete. Bilal Powell with Parker, the safety. And it's 4th down for New York.
Well, it's a late safety blitz coming right up the middle. Number 30 coming in right here on McCown. You can see he couldn't set his feet and give the pass on target. Really well-timed blitz there by Terrell.
And a 38-yard attempt here for Catanzaro. He's made 2 already, 1 from 27, 1 from 47. Catanzaro. He's got it. Close. But Catanzaro converts for a 30-24 Jets lead. Kansas City Chiefs have run a total of 4 plays in the second half. But the Jets lead by only 6. 3 possessions in the second half, all 3 leading to field goals. It's 30-24 New York. Chiefs interaction 6-5. They've got a 1-game lead over the Chargers and the Raiders in the AFC West, a division that they were controlling. Thomas, a yard deep in the end zone, takes it out. And he twirled down as he hit the 15-yard line. Josh Martin on special teams, and a late flag came out, thrown at the 21. The Chiefs are pointing in the Jets' direction.
It may have been a late hit on DeAnthony Thomas as he was being spun around.
Arderius Stewart was
After
over
the play,
there.
Personal foul, kicking team number 18. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And it's Stewart who cost his team 15 yards here in the 4th quarter. That's it. That's it.
Second headbutt. They both kind of headbutted each other at first.
That was Darren Lee. That was just consoling Stewart. Lee, a healthy scratch. Coach's decision. Not suiting up today for the Jets. Replaced by Julian Stanford. Jets also playing without Justin Burris, out with a concussion. They go nickel here with Darrell Roberts. Smith on first down. Checks it down to Hunt underneath, and Hunt turns it upfield for 7 yards, brought down by Stanford.
A positive play to start this drive for the Chiefs, something they need to get that rhythm back, that good feeling. Ability to be explosive as we've seen, but a good read that time by Smith to come down to his check down receiver.
Second and 3 for KC. Fake the running play. Smith loops out of trouble. Smith trying to run, and he throws it away along the Jets sideline. Pressure from Jenkins and Leonard Williams for New York.
How about the speed of Leonard Williams? 302 pounds there. And he's going to chase Alex Smith all the way out of bounds, and he's closing on Smith.
Once again, no Charkandrick West, who would normally be in these 3rd down situations. So Akeem Hunt is in there for Kansas City.
And West is usually in there for pass protection as well as being a pass receiver. Protection is a concern with Akeem Hunt.
They get the play off. Smith throws it, caught by Hunt, and Hunt's got a big play into Jets territory. First down, Kansas City across the 45. Catch and run of 20.
Well, Alex Smith moved him, changed the play, moved him from the right side of the formation to the left. And how about the concentration to reach down, make that catch? He knew that if he could make that catch, there was a lot of room to run.
He was on the Kansas City practice squad. He was on the practice squads of Baltimore and Houston before that. When they're under 10 minutes to play. Hunt remains in there. And Hunt goes down at the 40-yard line. 2-yard gain. Hit down low by Marcus May. The Chiefs were here at MetLife 2 weeks ago. They lost to the Giants in overtime 12-9. You look at their remaining schedule, third easiest in the NFL. Opponent's record is a combined 21-34. If the Chiefs can get the one win, maybe they can get it rolling again. 2nd and 8. Smith. Deep shot. Smith. He's got Hill. Touchdown. Alex Smith puts it exactly where it needs to be. And he hits big play Tyreek Hill for the score.
Yeah, it's just pure speed. Smith recognizes the man-to-man coverage. There's no safety in the middle of the field, so this is a track meet again. And number 10 is going to win as he blows by Claiborne. The eyes are on the ball. Hauls it in. Pass protection after the play fake. Perfect for Alex Smith. Can step into the throw and watch this result.
4th touchdown of the day for Smith. 2nd for Hill. 4 catches, 138 yards. Smith has gone over 300. Extra point, Butker. And the Chiefs go in front, 31-30. 4th quarter woes for the Jets may rear its ugly head again.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Tide. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The explosive offense of Kansas City that we saw through the first 5 weeks of the season, well, it's back today at MetLife. Hill beats Claiborne. Kansas City 31, the Jets 30. Butker kicks it off. JoJo Natson. That ball is deep, and it's coming out to the 25-yard line.
Well, the big play is back for Kansas City because Smith is reading man-to-man coverage here across the board, and it's just a sprint by Tyreek Hill. Smith can see there's nobody in the middle of the field, and you always love when a receiver looks the ball all the way into his hands, as Hill does right there.
So now it's Josh McCown's turn. His team is down by 1. 9:13 to play here in the 4th. Jets entered play today. They were outscored 113-47 in 4th quarter action. McCown, nobody there. Robbie Anderson, the intended target, in a matchup with Peters.
Now, what McCown read and what Anderson read were two different things. What McCown is looking at is that Peters was running stride for stride with Anderson, so throw the back shoulder. And Anderson didn't quite pick up on that. That's why that ball is so far off target.
Jets interaction 4 and 7. 5 of those 7 losses have been decided by 8 points or less. So they've played in a bunch of close games. They've had leads in the 4th quarter that have evaporated. Stutter step move by Forte. Sets up 3rd and 6 now for New York. Johnson and Terrell combine on the hit.
Third downs have not been kind.
Kansas City defense has had a tough time defending the 3rd down. The Jets are 10 out of 16. .8:35 remaining. McCown is 23 of 32, 264 yards and a touchdown. Play clock down to 1. McCown from the gun, steps up in the pocket. McCown gets rid of it and hits his man, Chad Hansen, for a first down. Josh McCown gets out of trouble and delivers 12 yards.
His best play of the day. Oh, watch the pressure coming from the Chiefs. Sorensen, Nelson coming on the blitz. And then to keep his eyes down the field to find the youngster Hansen and then take the double hit.
Sorensen hit him high, but McCown had already gotten rid of the football. Fake the running play. McCown has to toss it to the Kansas City sideline because Ron Parker was coming on a safety blitz.
And McCown rolled out just enough, although Andy Reid doesn't believe he was out of the tackle box. But McCown showing great agility.
Line of scrimmage is the 41. We're down to 7:42 to play. The Chiefs lead it 31-30. Forte single setback. Motion man Tomlinson. Running play, Forte. And the hole closed up quickly. 2-yard gain. Sorensen and Zombo both there for Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. Their lead in the AFC West has dwindled down to 1 game over the Chargers and the Raiders. The Jets have also lost 5 of their last 6. They've had fourth quarter issues throughout this stretch. Kansas City has rallied to take a 31-30 lead. The Jets face a 3rd and 8 with an even 7 minutes to go here in the 4th. From the gun, McCown is on time. Jermaine Kearse breaks away. Now it's a foot race. Kearse looking for the angle. And he's brought down at the 5. Chased down by Terrell. He broke away from Nelson and nearly took it all the way. 51 yards.
9 catches now for Kearse. This one is huge as he breaks 2 tackles, really. And then the run down here by Stephen Terrell all the way inside the 5, right at the 5. But McCown getting rid of the ball quickly, and Kearse having a huge day. 157 yards receiving.
And McCown with 3:27 through the air. The Jets have a 1st and goal. Play clock is down to 1. McCown didn't get the play off.
Yeah, that happens so often when there's a long pass play, because as soon as the guy's tackled, the officials start the play clock.
5-yard penalty.
And it takes a while for everybody to get down the field and get into the huddle and get a play called.
And another fourth quarter penalty against the Jets, drawing the ire of Todd Bowles. They just were not moving with any real sense of urgency.
No alacrity.
None. First and goal from the 10. Forte is dropped by Benny Logan. No gain.
That was a great play by Raheem Nunez-Roches as he just powered his way into the backfield. Benny Logan doing a good job there as well as the Chiefs continue to rotate in defensive linemen.
Second and goal for New York. Running play. Forte. Forced out of bounds short of the 5 by Sorensen and Zombo.
We saw success with that type of play in the first half with Carpenter out in front of Forte. But that time the Chiefs have adjusted to that running to the left side of the Jets offense.
Yeah, the Jets have had 4 long drives in this second half alone. The previous 3 have resulted in field goals. They're trying to change that here, facing a 3rd and goal. They trail 31-30. Powell in the backfield. McCown launches underneath, and Powell is spun down by Derek Johnson. It's 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit.
Derek Johnson has done this for 13 years. He has over 1,250 tackles in his career. That one, no contest.
3-time Pro Bowler makes the play for Kansas City. And a short field goal here for Catanzaro to put the Jets back in front. Chip shot, 21 yards. Hennessy will snap it. Edwards will hold it. 21-yarder. He curls it through, and a flag thrown.
Again, was there a Chief in the neutral zone? I don't think they'll take these points off the board, though.
John Perry.
Oh, it's a personal foul. First down.
That's different.
Absolutely
Personal
different.
foul. Defense.
They hit the
Number 97.
snapper.
Hit to a defenseless player. The center. Half the distance to
That's
the goal.
Hennessy, the snapper.
First down, New York.
Right in the middle. Watch him get rocked back here. Benny Logan with the personal foul. And could be an expensive one for Andy Reid's team.
Could be a game changer. 3:55 remaining. The field goal would have given the Jets a 33-31 lead, and then Kansas City would have just under 4 minutes to work with to get themselves into field goal range for a potential game winner. Now, the Jets get more cracks at it. Extra offensive lineman, Brent Qualley, 2 tight ends. First and goal for New York. Running play, Powell. He's down immediately. Kansas City filling up the space with Derek Johnson and company.
Now they continue to stuff those runs off the Jets' left side.
And a Chief player down. It is Nunez Roches. Jets will have a second and goal. .342 on the clock. The Chiefs 31, the Jets 30.
Now this is a huge penalty against Benny Logan. Right in the middle here. Watch him attack the center, Hennessy. This is a safety rule. You can see Hennessy's head is down. That's why they implemented that rule. There's the flag. Defenseless snapper.
Ball is now placed at the 4-yard line. Benny Logan.
It's interesting to see how conservative the Jets are going to be here. In obvious field goal range.
Well, they already had the field goal. The Jets getting more opportunities here. McCown very animated along the sideline.
Well, he's got ideas. He's been around. He's been in so many systems with so many teams. He knows exactly what he wants to do. And if I'm the coaches, I'm going with a guy that has this type of belief in what he wants to call.
You know, I asked him about the relationship with offensive coordinator John Morton. He said, yeah, there's a good give and take on what he likes and what I like. We've zeroed in on what we do really well. He said, I've played on teams that had a bunch of plays, but we never really figured out what the team was good at.
The one guy they've had trouble stopping is Kearse here in the slot, and he's getting a lot of cushion here.
Second and goal. It's a running play again. And Powell is tripped up. So now it's third and goal. The fans react. Tackle made by Derek Johnson.
Well, Derek Johnson continues to make big plays here as he dives on his back to reach up and bring Powell down by the ankles.
Third and goal for the Jets.
The Jets have got to go for a touchdown here. Can't settle for a field goal. We've already seen how quickly the Chiefs have been able to score today with Kelsey and Tyreek Hill.
They'll take a timeout. Jets will have 2 remaining. 2:39 left to play here in the fourth. Coming up, State Farm postgame show. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Gower, the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the State Farm postgame show. Todd Bowles, we asked him about the fourth quarter issues. He said focus on the details. Can't have mistakes. Feels like the team has played good football. They've stacked up against quality teams. But here's your proof. It's third and goal with the Jets down 31-30. McCown will work under center. McCown pump. McCown looks. McCown hit as he throws. And it's incomplete with a flag down. Frank Zombo with the stick. A flag in the end zone. A penalty has already saved the Jets once and kept this drive alive. Huge call.
Prior to the pass. Holding. Defense. Number 20. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, Nelson's just going to tackle Austin Seferian-Jenkins. You got to be kidding me. And then from the blind side, Zombo. The important thing for the Jets is that holding was before the ball was released by McCown. McCown wanted to go to Curse. He was doubled on the weak side.
So a new set of downs for the Jets. First and goal. Handoff. Powell trying to break through. And he's lifted and brought backwards after the acceleration by Bailey. And a timeout called.
You can see the big fullback in there, Lawrence Thomas.
Combination of Bailey, Ragland, Houston,
and Sorensen with the hit to the helmet.
Second and goal for New York. Kansas City has one timeout left.
And of course the 2-minute warning to stop the clock.
This is the Jets' 8th play inside the 5-yard line on this drive.
Really?
Second and goal for the Jets. Extra offensive lineman. Handoff. Jump cut. Powell did not get there.
Now Ragland with a great job of bending him backwards. Looked like he was going to go in here, or at least to be able to extend the ball across the goal line, but watch the hit by Ragland. And at the bottom of the pile, Alvin Bailey with another big play. Tremendous teamwork here by the Chiefs. Another goal line stand.
And the ball is placed inside the 1. Powell was a little slow getting up. And now we'll head over to the Jets sideline. Matt Forte replaces him. Kansas City is out of timeouts. We have 2:20 left on the clock.
Yeah, remember the quarterback sneak that was successful in the first half for Josh McCown.
Fourteenth play of the drive. Third and goal. Inside the 1. McCown lunging his body. The officials will peel off the pile. Touchdown, Jets. McCown gets in. Todd Bowles has indicated they'll go for 2.
Well, it has been a struggle for the Jets to get it in the end zone. So give it to your best running back.
The power runner.
That's absolutely right. 2 touchdowns on sneaks today for Josh McCown.
36-31 Jets after a 14-play, 75-yard drive that took 7 minutes and 3 seconds.
And they haven't started the play clock yet.
All scoring plays are reviewed, so it just might be a confirmation that McCown got in.
You're kidding.
Yep. It's part of the deal. And the Jets will go for 2. They'll add 5 seconds to the clock, so now 2:15 remaining.
And no timeouts.
A pivotal 2-point try here for New York. McCown moving pocket. McCown, nothing going on that side. McCown spins away. McCown, desperation throw. And a flag down.
They're going to get Nelson for holding.
McCown just bought time, hoping something would develop. And Marcus Peters took the ball and chucked it into the stands.
So that's 3 penalties potentially on this play against the Chiefs.
He took the flag. The flag ended up in the stands.
I have never seen that before in my life. Have you?
No. I've seen him kick a ball into the stands.
Unsportsmanlike conduct for this act by Marcus Peters.
Yes, Peters just hoisted the flag.
And the hat comes off because the official was out of flags. That's a souvenir there. We got holding in the end zone against Nelson.
And Peters is being escorted off. Peters completely lost his cool. It's happened before. But at such a critical stage, this is a 5-point game.
And it might also have been roughing the passer. There's a flag at the 22-yard line where McCown launched that ball. Just in Houston. Nope, it wasn't on Houston.
It was Chris Jones.
Yep.
I think this is, yeah, you want to post that on social media.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 22. That's been declined. Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 20. That penalty is accepted for the retry. Half the distance to the goal.
So as we peel this away, McCown kept this play alive.
This is twice now that Nelson has held a receiver and got called.
So
he grabbed Austin Severian Jenkins, then he grabs Curse there.
The lack of discipline from Kansas City to allow the Jets to keep the drive going, use more clock. After all of that, Dan, the Jets, they're 1 yard closer on the 2-point try.
And how many plays have we had in a row now inside the 5-yard line?
Foul on number 22 is considered a foul against an official in between downs.
So Peters has been ejected. The Kansas City Chiefs are trying to keep this at a 5-point game with 2:15 on the clock.
And when you think about the Raiders playing the Giants, the Chargers playing the Browns, the AFC West could be real wild after today.
Elijah Mcguire is in for the Jets. The ball is spotted inside the 1. The Jets going for 2. Pitch it. They want Mcguire's speed, and they've got it. Gets the angle for 2. The Jets 38, the Chiefs 31.
Well, it's a walk-in for Mcguire. Great misdirection by the Jets, and a 7-point lead.
Andy Reid and John Perry have an extended conversation here. Marcus Peters took the penalty marker and tossed it into the stands. At that point, Peters just started walking in the other direction, eventually took off his helmet and walked to the locker room. We've been told by the NFL officiating department that he was not ejected. This is Peters that left on his own accord. Let's check in with Evan Washburn.
And guys, that followed Peters towards the locker room. Steven Nelson actually came up to him trying to direct him back, but he wanted nothing to do with it. He immediately walked towards the tunnel, took his gloves off, gave it to a fan, and that was it. And we haven't seen him re-enter the field yet, even though, as you mentioned, he wasn't officially ejected.
And it's a 7-point game. Possibility for overtime. Somebody ought to be in that locker room making sure he's not in the showers.
Someone just ran through the tunnel to get him. I think that was the discussion between Reid and Perry. The feeling that Peters had been tossed from the game. Meanwhile, The Jets kick it off after the touchdown and the two-point conversion, and they boom it to the end zone, and the Chiefs will have it at the 25-yard line with 2:15 to work with, down by 7. Coming up, State Farm postgame show. JB and the rest of the gang in New York. Latest NFL scores and highlights all coming up on the State Farm postgame show. Jets 38, Chiefs 31. First down for Kansas City at their own 25-yard line. The Jets have put up a season-high 38 points. The Chiefs have no timeouts remaining.
You can see how loose the Jets secondary is. Both safeties 10 to 12 yards deep.
Smith throws on first down to Tyreek Hill. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds quickly. Only 4 seconds come off the clock. 7-yard pickup through the air.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if the Jets don't do anything on defense, pass defense wise, not playing a zone. You've seen Hill burn him twice, Kelsey once for long touchdowns.
Tyreek Hill has 5 catches for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns. Smith from the gun on 2nd and 3, handled by Wilson and then drilled immediately. It's enough for a first down. 5-yard grab, Buster screen with the tackle, and we hit the 2-minute warning. Jets trying to hold on against Kansas City. Chiefs trying to come from behind. They're down by 7.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. Best gifts on the best network. And by Bud Light, brewed to be enjoyed responsibly.
Well, for Kansas City at 6-5, leading the AFC West, 1 game ahead of the Chargers and the Raiders, trying to avoid their 4th straight loss. Two minutes to play. Line of scrimmage is the Kansas City 37. Smith out of the pocket. Smith looking downfield, sets it up with a deep ball, and it's over the head of Travis Kelce and everybody else. Marcus Peters has returned to the sideline without socks. So Peters, who chucked the flag into the stands and then immediately headed towards the locker room, is now back. Second and 10 for Kansas City. 4 receiver set. Smith steps up, throws low, incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended target. It's now 3rd and 10.
Now you talked about the Jets' lack of sacks this year, but this is good pressure. 2 plays in a row. Leonard Williams working the perfect stunt with Wilkerson there. Forces that poor throw from Alex Smith. The important thing for Smith to realize here is that you don't need to get all 10 yards here. You're going to be using 4th down if you don't.
Third and 10 for the Chiefs. Smith lets it fly. Hill makes the catch for Kansas City. And he's down inside the 25. Taking advantage of the youngster Marcus May.
Well, May had good coverage deep down the field. Alex Smith underthrew Hill. Hill made the adjustment, good for 40 yards.
It's a monster day for Hill. 6 catches, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. We have a minute 20 to play here in the 4th. The Chiefs down 7. First down throw from Smith. He's got Kelsey. Kelsey hit down low by Jamal Adams. 4.5-yard pickup.
And there should be more opportunities now for Kelsey in this area of the field.
2nd and 6. Smith. Drop ball. The rookie Hunt.
It looked like he was looking for the sideline before he makes the catch.
Yep.
That's what happens when you use your timeouts early in the fourth quarter.
And it's 3rd and 6. Ball at the 19-yard line of New York. 54 seconds to play. They bunch 3 receivers to one side. Kelsey set up by himself. Smith. Knocked down. Jamal Adams could have had a pick, and that would have ended the game. And now it's 4th down.
That would have been his first pick in the NFL, too. He just flat drops this one. He breaks right in front of Robinson. But they doubled Kelsey that last time.
Jets are trying to end it here. 38-31 New York. 4th and 6 for Kansas City. Smith fires, nobody home, and it's over. The Jets will hold on and hand Kansas City a damaging loss. Alex Smith incomplete on 4th down. The Jets 38, the Chiefs 31.
And it looked like he was trying to find a way of getting the ball to Travis Kelce here on a hook route for the necessary yardage. But a good job by Stanford there, keeping him from going to the inside. And Kelce and Smith not on the same page.
And the funk continues for KC. Victory formation for the Jets. The Kansas City Chiefs were 5-0. They will exit the Meadowlands 6-6. Four straight losses for the Chiefs. The Jets respond in the fourth quarter to improve to 5-7 on the season. A wild one here at MetLife. Bowles used to coach for Andy Reid in Philadelphia. Now he's got a victory over Reid and the Chiefs.